everyone, it is your girl Baby J, Jalen the Alien, the Zodiac Queen. Why do I keep on wanting to like talk in a what is that, British accent? Why do I keep on wanting to talk in a British accent? I'm not really sure, I don't really know. Well, yeah, like I said, it's your girl Baby J, Jalen the Alien, the Zodiac Queen, Mystic Mommy. I mean, other than my name, that happens to be my brand that I'm coming out with, that happens to be my crystal shop that I'm dropping soon. So I mean, it's only right that you kind of sign up down below to my mailing list so that as soon as my store drops, so you can get access to these black onyx earrings, this star and moon earrings on my fingers, and these beautiful black tourmaline necklaces that protect you always. You guys know how I love black tourmaline so much. If you want access to all of that and all the other goodies that we're gonna have on the site, definitely subscribe to my mailing list and get excited because it's going to be so lit. I wanted to make this video about blessings that are coming to you soon, especially from this concept and point of view of alignment. Being in alignment, being aligned with the proper energies to be able to manifest effectively. That's what I mean when I say alignment. It's more so about being aligned to your destiny. You're like on the right path. Now, the key why alignment is the word for me and why alignment pops out for me in terms of these energies and what this video is going to be about is because for the past couple months, for the past few months, this has been an incredibly retrograde year. A lot of stuff has been internal. There has been a lot of internal work, internal growth, reevaluation of things and stuff of that nature. And three key players that have been really having a strong effect on this year, 2020, Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn have all been retrograde at the same time for a very long time. However, now, during this month of September, Jupiter and Saturn have finally gone direct, and Pluto is going to be going direct October 5th. So for a lot of people, I think on a personal level, this is going to represent you guys finally being in alignment, because with all those heavy hidden outer planet energies going crazy on one of your houses, you really had to take this time to do a lot of internal work on something. You had to do a lot of internal work on something, and sometimes we run into frustration, sometimes we run into issues and problems, so that we can be able to work out certain things within us, in our life, whatever the case is, so that we can be able to be more aligned with our destiny. So the planets be like, you know what, you gotta redo this real quick, you gotta look at this again. And I think that has happened a lot on a collective level, but especially on a personal level. I know with everything that has happened this year, a lot of people have grown in a bunch of different ways and they've been discovering different things about life and have decided what they wanted to do, what they didn't want to do, and like people have really had the chance and time to think. And I think that's what all these retrograde planets have been all about. It's the time to contemplate. But as these planets move direct, it's not really going to be this internal focus as much anymore. What this really is going to start tapping into is that outward directed energy, and a lot of times outward manifestations of the work that we have done or the work that we didn't do. Because like Saturn and Pluto and all of these planets, they really have they have a lot to do with karma and the work that you put in, okay, the lessons that you learn. If you learned your Saturnian lessons, then you're going to be able to reap the rewards. It might not be as fast because, you know, Mars is still squaring Saturn and stuff of that nature. But as you kind of get out of this period, like starting after November and even starting now in October, September energy, you're going to notice this shift. You're going to notice if you were feeling stuck in your life, it's going to be like you're going to slowly be able to get out of the woods and you're going to finally be able to see the fresh air again. You know what I'm saying? Because Jupiter brings our optimism, Saturn brings our structure and our discipline, and Pluto brings transformation. So when all of these guys are moving direct, you're going to see some type of effects in your life. Whether you see it right now, consciously, like some of y'all are going to be getting blessings, and like I said, some of y'all didn't do the work. But if you did do the work, if you've been working on yourself, if you've been putting in the work to grow, to change your life, to change your perspective, and whatever house all this energy has been playing in, that this is exactly when you're going to reap the rewards of all that effort and all that hard work and all that, like, you know, suffering pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're in alignment now because you had to deal with your ish, and that's just, you know, that's just the tea. That's just how it goes. So I'm gonna tell y'all according to your rising sign specifically, and then you can look at sun and moon, but really your rising sign specifically, the area of your life in which you can expect more alignment, more blessings, more things actually going your way. In this specific area of life, you could just see and notice that things are going to be more likely to go your way. Like, you know, I've been having Saturn in my second house this whole time, Jupiter in my second house, and I've been like really rethinking everything when it comes to my money and my value and my sense of self-worth. And that's why I decided to come out with my business, and I really grew a lot when it came to like money and actually saving money. I had to go broke a couple times so I could really be like, this is not sustainable. I had to figure out a way to stack my cheese. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about though. According to your rising sign, this is where you can expect your blessings, more alignment, more manifestations going your way, and things just going smoothly. Okay, you don't have to feel so limited. It's time to start growing and flowing and stuff. So yeah, Aries. Okay, so with some of my Aries rising people, all who identify with Aries energy, you guys have been getting hit. Okay, we about to have that full moon in Aries. We have Mars retrograde in Aries. Okay, and now for you guys specifically, with Jupiter and Saturn finally going direct in your 10th house, this is going to be a very impactful moment, and this is going to mark some really good solid changes, especially in the realm of your career and your public image, your recognition out in the world, your accomplishments, and those things that make you feel prestigious and out there going to get the clout, the status, the success, the promotions of your job. All of these things are probably going to start going your way. The lessons that you guys have probably been learning, or if you haven't learned them yet, this is what you probably want to do. You need to understand how to basically process any issues in regards to authority. So any power issues in your life, whether you let other people control you, you let other people walk all over you, whether you felt like you weren't good enough to start a business, you felt like you weren't good enough to get that job, whatever the case is, power and authority and control. This has been the lesson where Saturn could have been beating you down in terms of your career for a little bit. You felt like you wasn't doing what you were supposed to do. You wasn't getting the numbers like you used to. You wasn't out here shining like you usually would. Or some of y'all were. Maybe you took this more seriously. You started to really think about your public image and your career and like, how can I make this better? How can I improve it? But now with Saturn and Jupiter being direct, now you can expect some blessings coming towards you in the realm of your career. So this is going to be the time where a lot of you can finally start to get the spotlight again. Some of y'all could be in the spotlight. Some of y'all gonna get some clout. Some of y'all gonna get some recognition. Some of y'all are gonna get some more fans. You're gonna be more acknowledged for whatever you do. It doesn't always have to mean this massive thing. Sometimes it could just be like in your community, like you're being recognized in your community. But all in all, this is about recognition. This is about status. This is about moving up the ladder in life. So if you have been trying to do that for a while and it has not been working, and you've kind of been forced to think of new ways to do it, and like, how can you like actually get your life together in that respect, this is the time where you're going to be more in alignment with success now. Like, success is going to be more likely to be yours. And like I said, Saturn is still squaring Mars, so don't be like rushing it. Don't be like rushing it and trying to do like, be all like hasty and impulsive. That's not what we're asking. We still have to remember to employ a certain level of discipline. But all in all, this is going to be the blessing that's coming towards you is just moving up in life. You know, holla at your girl, you know what I'm saying? Get that money, honey. Get that success, honey. Get your followers, honey. Get your recognition, honey. Get your boss title, CEO status. Move up in the job, whatever the case is. You're elevating. Elevation is going to be your blessing from now until the end of 2020, until Saturn moves into Aquarius. So yeah. Okay, Tauruses. So for you guys, you are going to be having your Saturn and Pluto energy, okay? That is going to be present in your 9th house, the 9th house of your higher purpose, your higher learning, okay? Just expansion of all kinds, of your mind, of your physical being, traveling, whatever the case is. So with Saturn and Jupiter being retrograde in your 9th house, a lot of you guys probably have been meditating on your belief system. You have been probably a little bit confused about what you believe in. What's your truth? What's your philosophy about life? Am I at the right institution? Should I be going to school? Should I be going to college? You guys might have been trying to travel. You wanted to travel for a long time, but it just didn't work out. Things were not going your way in terms of traveling and going to that really far place that you've always wanted to, or maybe dealing with foreign cultures, foreign people. You thought it was going to go one type of way, but it hasn't. So there could have been some blockage when it comes to your sense of purpose in life, because the 9th house comes right before the 10th. The 10th house is what we do out into the world. 9th house is kind of what makes us feel like we're meaningful. What is meaningful in life? What is purposeful to us? What gives us that sense of higher purpose and knowledge? So you guys have probably been reflecting upon like your purpose in life and what makes life meaningful, trying different things, reading different books, studying different philosophies, trying different things education-wise, whatever the case is. Been learning a lot of lessons in terms of the 9th house things and topics. Same, maybe some of y'all were even, y'all discovered astrology, been studying astrology, whatever the case is, because 9th house is associated with astrology, and sometimes people even say occultism and stuff like that too. So you guys have been probably reflecting a lot about your belief system, your spirituality, and learning lessons in that department. But now that Saturn and Jupiter both go direct after September, then now we're going to start being able to really truly feel in alignment with life. Right? We're going to understand our higher purpose. We're going to understand why we came here and what we came here to do. We finally know now, or it's going to start clicking, like all the stuff that you went through that was kind of testing your faith is going to start clicking and making sense. And now you're finally going to be like, oh, okay, I understand why I went through this, or I understand why I was having confusion about my belief system, because I was really somebody who was supposed to be like this or doing that. So you guys are going to be in tune with your purpose. And like I said, your purpose comes right before your 10th house, which is what you actually do out into the world and what you're known for. But 9th house gives it its meaning, right? And its higher meaning and purpose. So right now you're at a pace where you're like, I finally feel like I am in alignment. I'm in alignment. I feel advantageous. I feel lucky. I feel like things are actually going my way now. And I don't think like the world is working against me. You're going to slowly start to see things start working out. And of course, don't be overdoing it, because we do have some like aspects that suggest to like chill out a little bit. But we can start moving forward. And that's what alignment is all about. You're going to realize if you did your work, if you've done your internal work and you learned your lessons, you're going to realize that you're going to be more in alignment with the universe, and specifically more in alignment with your own sense of higher truth and meaning of life, of God, religion, spirituality, whatever the case is, education of all that kind, baby. You know what's going on now. So now that you know what's going on, as Saturn goes into Aquarius, now you're going to start to be able to actually kind of share that out into the world. So you're going to notice by like, you know, December and January, February, you're going to start really tapping into this energy of like being out there in the world, finally being able to reap the rewards of all your hard work, being out there, being recognized for what you do, because that's when Jupiter and Saturn are going to slowly start going into your 10th house of career and accomplishment and recognition. So you finally understand what makes you feel high and mighty and like, yes, this is why I live. This is why I came here. And that's probably one of the best gifts that you can ever have, because once you have a sense of purpose and drive and wisdom, then that's the kind of stuff that you can share with the world. And if you give more into the world's going to give more to you. And I think that you guys have really, for some reason, I think that you guys have learned that lesson this year. And yeah, I think that's kind of the blessing that's coming towards you guys. So definitely keep on going after your dreams. Keep on thinking about what makes life feel meaningful, your truth, your philosophy of life. Keep on thinking about these things. Don't be afraid to speak out and share it, especially as this year closes out, because a lot of you guys are going to be recognized for who you are, especially in the years of 2021. So yeah, keep that in mind. What's up, all my Geminis and people who identify with Gemini energy? The blessing, the alignment that is coming into your life. You guys probably have learned a lot of lessons, intense lessons, things that dive deeply underneath of the surface. Things that are going underground, okay? Diving into the taboo things of life, the occult side of life, the hidden side of life, the secrets, okay? The deep psychological traumas, the transformative experiences that really push you to the edge in life, where you're like, yo, am I gonna survive this? Extreme behaviors, extreme romances, extreme deep intense connections to other people, and not knowing exactly what to do. With Saturn and Jupiter in your 8th house, all of these things have been expanded and lessons have been learned, or hopefully you have learned those lessons in the department of the 8th house and everything that I just mentioned. Because like I said, the point of the retrograde is about reflection. It's about reevaluation. It's about thinking about things from another perspective, and it's about learning lessons in life that are going to cause us to, basically evolve on our life purpose and destiny. So with this all happening in the 8th house, you guys have probably been having a lot of transformative experiences revolving around death, sex, death, rebirth, okay, transformation, all the classic 8th house words, other people's money, debt, taxes, resources, all of these kind of things that are very 8th house in nature. You've been learning a lot of lessons in that department. But now as we move into September and October and November, you guys are probably going to start to recognize that things are going to slowly start actually going your way. You could have been going through a lot of ups and downs in life, a lot of transformative experiences in the past, couple months that could have really shooken you up a little bit. But we don't get shooken up, and we don't have 8th house transits if we're not actually ready to endure them. So you guys are probably going to learn a lot of lessons in that department. Hopefully you did learn those lessons and you haven't been slacking, and you've been growing, and you've been maturing and growing spiritually and physically and mentally and all this stuff. You become endurant, because now that Saturn and Jupiter are now direct in your 8th house, this energy is going to be moving outward, and you're going to recognize that you're going to be more in alignment with blessings and stuff. It's not always going to be like windfall right now. For some people it could, and for other people you'll just notice that things are going to slowly but surely finally going to feel like they're actually going to start going your way now. So with this happening in your 8th house, other people's money, baby, first of all, if you've been waiting for that check, okay, you've been waiting on your inheritance, you've been waiting on shared resources of any kind, freaking whatever, like taxes, stuff of that nature, you're gonna get that check. You finally about to get that check. You're gonna get your money. You're gonna handle your debt. You're gonna clear out your debt. You've probably been clearing out your debt and stuff of that nature. Another thing that can happen in the 8th house, maybe some of y'all are gonna master some type of occult science. Maybe you found astrology. Maybe you found tarot. Maybe you found mysticism. Whatever the case is, you have mastered that science, and now you're going to start. It's going to start to become something that's meaningful to you, something that's a part of your own sense of being and philosophy and religion. You know what I'm saying? Or spiritual practice. It's going to be more in alignment with you. Maybe for some of y'all had to get rid of some certain aspects of yourself, like some parts of who you are. Maybe it was a little bit toxic, and you had to deal with certain things about you that wasn't so pretty. But now that you've dealt with that shadow work, you've done that internal shadow work, now you can start to blossom and reap the benefits of all that shadow work that you was doing, honey. Some of you guys are going to finally start to get married and, getting involved with other people. Some of you guys are going to get loans. Some of y'all are going to get investments from other people. Other people are going to invest in your business. People are going to invest in your corporation, invest in your company, whatever the case is, because other people's money means that. These are the kind of things that are going to be flowing your way. But all in all, as time progresses, especially for the next 3 months, you're going to see blessings and things in that arena of your life finally working smoother and finally going your way if you have been doing the work. And then naturally, as you move into 2021, this is going to be a time where you guys are going to be more so soul searching, finding your purpose, finding your destiny in life, and kind of preparing yourself to shine out there out in the world to get all that public status and success and achievement that is going to come to you very shortly, probably around 2022. Obviously, some of y'all are going to be successful no matter what day, but I really see you guys specifically shining 2022. 222 going to be interesting year for you. But 2021 is about kind of defining who you are, what your beliefs are, what your faith is, what your purpose is in life. So this is the blessings that are kind of coming towards you. This is where you're going to be most in alignment, and when you're most in alignment, it is way easier to manifest. So it's going to be easy to manifest psychic gifts and powers, mediumship, tarot, stuff of that nature. Other people's money is going to be easier to manifest things kind of flow in your life most smoothly, and for you to have extreme blessings too, because 8th house is extremes. It can be death and rebirth. Okay, it's life or death. It's nothing that is going to be subtle. 8th house stuff is always deep and it's intense. So definitely intense blessings, intense changes in your life that things that need to be departed finally departing, and it actually is going your way, and it feels like it's something that's going to benefit you now. So yeah, that's what I see for y'all. Make sure you subscribe to my mailing list down below, follow me on Patreon, all that stuff, so that you can get notified as soon as Mystic Mommy, my crystal shop, comes out in October. So yes. What's up, Cancer babies? Okay, so you guys have been having Saturn and Jupiter in your 7th house, okay? Woo! Y'all have probably been struggling in terms of your relationships. Maybe you've been having some on again, off again stresses in your relationships and romantic connections, your commitments to people, your marriage partners, okay? Some of y'all could have been struggling to find. Maybe you've been single for a long while and you're like, yo, why haven't I had any luck trying to get in like a relationship? Maybe you guys have been struggling in the love department, or like kind of dealing with karmic issues with a lover, with a soulmate, whatever the case is. Some of you guys could have been felt blocked from, like I said, being able to find love or to getting commitment with people. Some of y'all is going to represent a business partner, you know, arguing with a business partner, going through the mud with a business partner, struggles with a business partner, rethinking your connection, like, should I be in this connection, should I not be? That type of whole spiel and thing when it comes to that. And also, with Saturn being in the 7th house and Jupiter being in the 7th house, a lot of you guys could have been reevaluating your friendships. Maybe you guys had a best friend and you've been going through things with your best friend and stuff of that nature. Anything dealing with other people in your life could have just been up to question, and a lot of things needed to be redone, reevaluated, and just thought of again. And you're focusing more time on these things. And specifically, sometimes it's about a little deeper, because the 7th house is our opposite, but really our opposite is just a reflection of who we are in the mirror. So you guys have probably been seeing yourself, hidden aspects within yourself mirrored within other people, and that has probably been a learning journey within itself. But now that Saturn and Jupiter have finally gone direct starting September and moving into October, Pluto goes direct too, you're going to start to realize that the issues that you've been having in your relationship department, in your partnerships of all kinds, your friendships, your business partnerships, whatever the case is, other people, these are going to be things that are finally, if you've been doing the work, you've been healing, you've been reconstructing things and all that type of nature, if you have been doing the work, these are when things are finally going to start going your way. Some of y'all are finally going to be able to manifest love, or at least go on dates now to find people that you find to be interesting. Some of you guys are going to be more likely to just kind of, if you had any arguments or issues with your lover, your romantic person, you know, you actually deal with those issues and you guys solve any of the underlying problems in your relationships. Some of y'all might not even find a partner, but you find out the reason why you haven't been able to get into a relationship. Some of y'all are probably going to realize that you've been the toxic person, and you've been the toxic person ruining your relationship. So you probably are going to start dealing with those issues, and now that you've dealt with those little toxic traits, now you're finally going to be in alignment with the relationship that you're seeking and that you've always kind of wanted. Maybe some of y'all are going to feel more supported by other people. Other people are supporting you. Other people feel like they're on your side. You don't feel like, you know, you're just kind of against people. And sadly, if some of y'all were with the wrong people, actually not sad, it was a good thing. If some of y'all was with the wrong people in the wrong relationships, you probably saw that. You probably saw that crap. Or you're about to see it very, very shortly. You're going to be like, you know what? I gotta exit my booty tail out of this relationship because this is not serving me to my highest good, baby. So yeah, relationship issues have definitely probably been up on the game with you guys. And now that you're finally in this place, you're finally gonna be able to start seeing the benefits of all the lessons you've been learning and all the hard work that you've been putting into yourself and your partner, whatever the case is. So that's definitely, I see something happening in terms of that for you guys. Some of y'all are gonna get married, okay, all that. Anything relationships wise, it's gonna be more in alignment now if you've done the work. So definitely, whatever you're kind of craving, I think that's what's gonna be kind of coming, especially if your intuition is telling you so. And you know, as the years transpire, as the months transpire, you know, we're going to dive into January energy where we have Saturn in Aquarius and Jupiter in Aquarius, and that's when we're going to see new things come about when it comes to intensifying and deepening your connections, really diving deep into the underworld and stuff. And you're going to really learn a lot in 2021 about diving deep, intense connections, occultism, and, you know, shared resource, taxes, and all these 8th house kind of topics. Transformative. 2021 is going to be a very transformative month for you guys. I said month. Year. year for you guys, you know what I'm saying? It might feel like a blur for some of y'all, who knows, but definitely. So yeah, that's what I see coming to you, coming to you guys, you know what I'm saying? If that's something that you're excited about, give me a like on this video. And yeah, make sure that you kind of like, you know, subscribe to my mailing list so that you can be notified as soon as my crystal shop is going to be dropping online. And also pre-orders for my onesies are going to be available in the description box as well. So yeah. Leo Nation, Leo family, Fire Nation, what's up, my fellow Leo lions? So the lessons and the blessings that are coming towards you and that you've probably been learning have something to do with your 6th house. Because 6th house is the house of your job, it's the house of your workplace, it's the house of your mundane activities that you do on a daily basis, and the house of health and small animals. So with you guys having Saturn and Jupiter and Pluto all in retrograde in your 6th house, some of y'all could have been dealing with health issues. Some of y'all could have dealing with health issues. You could have felt like you were struggling with your health. Some of you guys could have been struggling with your job or feeling like you haven't quite found the right job, or you're trying to find ways to make money and to bring income into your life, and you're just like, yo, what am I doing? Like, you haven't been satisfied with your work, or you've been on the journey to find how you can become more satisfied with the work that you do. A lot of you guys, maybe you experience yourself being very disorganized, and then when Saturn and Jupiter came in your 6th house, it's like, nah, like, it's time to start getting organized. It's time to start really getting my life together. It's time to start putting in that work to reap the benefits of my future, because nothing is going to get done in your life if you don't do certain things on a daily basis and have a good daily routine for yourself. So the daily routine is probably something that you guys have learned how to implement, or at least you have noticed the importance of having a daily routine. Like, even if you haven't 100% embodied that every single day, you're like, dang, on the days that I do get stuff done and I am productive, it's really a good time, okay? Like I said, 6th house is also dealing with our health. So if you had any health issues, you were struggling with your health, maybe it had something to do with your diet, maybe it had something to do with you not being in the gym, maybe it had something to do with you not taking the right supplements, maybe it had something to do with you, whatever the case is, like you had to get checked out, you wasn't taking your health seriously, but now you're able to really see the benefits of changing your lifestyle, changing your health habits, changing the way that you take care of your body. Maybe you've recognized different lessons in that department as well. So that could have been something that you guys could have recognized about yourself and about your life. And now, as you know, Saturn and Pluto start to go direct, and Saturn and Jupiter start to go direct, now things are going to be more in alignment in all of those departments that I just mentioned. Okay, the new job is going to come towards you. Okay, new health routines, new workout routines, health finally getting on track again. You don't have to struggle. You learned your lessons already. Okay, you getting organized. You have a strong daily routine for yourself. So now finally you can get yourself together, because that's what it's all about, the stuff that you do on a daily basis. And you guys have probably learned about those lessons. And as you go into the new year, 2021, you gonna notice that perhaps a relationship is going to be in your future, a relationship that is going to have a very deep transformative effect on you. Either that, or you can feel blocked from relationships itself. I don't know, it depends on what you've been doing in your life. But that's kind of the blessings that I see for you. If you enjoyed this video, support the video with a like. And if you want to support me and my crystal shop that I will be dropping this October, then please sign up for my mailing list down below to get notified as soon as we drop. And subscribe to my Patreon to get access to, you know, exclusive content and, you know, coupons for all the stuff that I'm going to be dropping this year, next year, and forever years until I die. Virgo team, my Virgo family. Okay, so Saturn and Jupiter have been in your 5th house. So you guys could have been experiencing issues or lessons or concentrations of energy and seriousness in the realm of the house of fun. So how you guys actually enjoy yourself, how you guys actually spend your time living your life, fulfilling your passions, like being aligned with your passions, children, lessons around children, about love and romance and casual dating, sexuality and stuff of that nature. This is where, you know, the attention has been for you guys in regards to this. I just dropped all my cards. In regards to this energy that has been retrograde. You guys have been reevaluating the way that you have fun, the way that you think and live your life and enjoy your life and really feel passionate about your life, right? So now that Saturn and Jupiter have finally gone direct after the month of September and moving into October, Pluto goes direct too, you're now going to be able to actually experience good karma in regards to the way that you enjoy your life. So a lot of you guys are going to be having more fun for the next 3 months. You're going to find different ways to have fun. You guys are going to be more aligned with your talents and your gifts, okay, your skills. You guys are going to be more self-expressive because 5th house deals with self-expression, putting yourself out there, your creative energy. A lot of you guys are going to be feeling more creative. If you've been feeling blocked creatively, this is the time where you guys are going to be like, I finally can get the idea out, or I finally can come up with good ideas and stuff of that nature. It's going to start making sense in that way for you guys now, or you're going to just be in alignment with that. So if you want to tap into that energy, you most specifically can. So definitely do that. Tap into your creative essence, get into that sacral chakra energy, awaken your inner goddess, and then you're going to be able to really, you know, see some good results of that. You're going to be feeling more self-expressive. Okay, romantic situations could actually come into your life now. Okay, romantic situations, things that make you feel excited, and like children. If you guys have been trying to have a child and you haven't been able to conceive, this could be a time where you're able to conceive, or a new child, or a new somebody could come into your life that is a child that can really just light up your life on the inside. So that's kind of the blessings that are coming towards you guys, my Virgo family. So have fun, get excited, and enjoy yourself, because as we go into January, it's going to be all about work. Okay, it's going to be all about work, working hard, working smart, getting yourself together, because that's when Saturn and that's when Saturn and Jupiter are going to move into your 6th house. So definitely keep that in mind. And yeah, make sure that you subscribe to my mailing list to get notified as soon as I drop my crystal shop in October, because it's going to be so exciting and lit. It's going to be online. Get all your favorite spiritual goodies, and it's just going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. So Libras, your blessing and your alignment for the rest of the year, and as we move into January, it's going to shift. But anyway, your alignment for right now, for Libra energies, especially Libra risings in particular, you guys have been having Saturn and Jupiter in your 4th house. So maybe a lot of you guys have been struggling when it comes to your family. Maybe there was family drama. Maybe you had issues with your mom. Maybe you had issues with your place of residence. Maybe you were trying to move, but you were not able to move. You weren't able to manifest your moving, or maybe it was a little bit deeper. Maybe you have been struggling in terms of your sense of security. You don't know where home is. Home is not where the heart is for you. You've been feeling like, yo, why don't I feel safe? Why don't I feel like I know myself? Maybe you've been struggling a lot in private, because 4th house represents privacy. But 4th house also represents our ancestors too, and being in tune with our ancestry and stuff of that nature. So as Saturn and Jupiter are now moving direct, starting this September and October, now you're going to see that, you know, if you have been struggling in any of those ways, my Libra rising people, if you've been struggling in any of those departments, you're probably going to see an increase in things actually going your way. Like, it's not going to be without its struggles, because Mars is going to be still squaring Saturn until November. But you'll notice as December comes around, especially it's December a lot, I feel like a lot of blessings will actually manifest themselves in December. I think that a lot of you guys are really going to be learning how to just have a stronger connection with your family, a stronger connection with your roots, a stronger connection with your childhood. A lot of you guys are going to be discovering what family means to you. Even if you have a family, the family maybe not be around you. Maybe you found family in another person. Maybe you figured out what truly makes you feel comfortable. Maybe some of y'all are going to be finally able to manifest your dream home or your dream place of residence and living. You guys are finally going to be able to move into that apartment or that place, whatever the case is. Your dwelling space could be more in alignment, and things could be working your way in that type of way too. Especially as we get into the later months, when we get out of the Mercury retrograde energy and stuff isn't as wonky, you guys are going to start to realize, okay, snap, I feel connected to who I am at the deepest level of my being, because 4th house is your private life. It's who you are at that private sector of your life. Healing childhood issues, as well as maybe having a deeper connection with your family. And that does not stop at even your deceased loved ones and your ancestors, learning more about who your ancestors were, and maybe even some of y'all having spiritual experiences with those ancestors ancestors and just family. I don't know, like a familial place could be just March, April, May, June, July, the whole entire year 2021. The blessings are going to come to your 5th house of creativity, of children, of self-expression, and just putting yourself out there, expressing yourself who you truly are out into the world with your talents and your gifts, and just like loving yourself and having a lot more fun. So that's kind of what you're going to expect 2021. But we're going to talk about that more when when we get there. But for right now, the blessing is coming and the alignment is coming finally to your 4th house if you have learned your Saturnian lessons and you have really done the internal work to grow and to work on your emotions specifically, because that's what 4th house represents too. Emotional tendencies and security and all these type of things could be healed at this time. So yeah, that's kind of the blessings and alignment that is coming towards you. If you like that video, give me a like, and if you want to be notified as soon as my crystal shop drops, then sign up down below in the description box and get excited because it's going to be lit this October, period. My Scorpio people, especially Scorpio risings, you guys have been having Saturn and Jupiter in your 3rd house. 3rd house, the house of communication, the house of education, the house of exchange of ideas, okay, the house of your siblings, your community, your ways of transportation and short trips. So perhaps you guys have been feeling stuck. Maybe you've been feeling stuck and stagnant in life, maybe because mentally you've been feeling stagnant. Mentally you haven't been able to come up with new ideas, or maybe you feel less curious, and maybe you feel like you weren't able to truly just discover what this life had in store, especially in terms of your own personal community and environment. Okay, maybe you felt like you wanted to go to this thing in your community, but it's been taking forever to finally open up. Or maybe you've been trying to get in tune with your siblings and trying to fix issues with your siblings, or maybe you feel blocked from connecting with your siblings, whatever the case is. But now you're going to recognize that maybe your siblings are actually going to start to be able to visit you. Your siblings, your cousins, people like that in your life could be having a really great impact in your life. Okay, maybe if you haven't been feeling like you could speak, you have that throat chakra issues, you couldn't express yourself, you couldn't say what you needed to say, you had issues, get you some Blue Appetite on my website coming out in October. But if you felt that way, now this is going to be the time where you're going to recognize you're going to be more in alignment with being able to actually express yourself and express the messages that you're trying to actually like communicate out into the world. Your brain is going to lose some more of that fog. It's going to lose that brain fog, and you're going to be able to really just, intellectually and just eloquently express yourself correctly. And that's going to be a beautiful blessing that is going to come towards you. And as you continue to, maybe it's even going to be like if you have been like stuck in the house or stagnant, you finally be able to get out of your house and you go to different places. That place that has been trying to open up in your community, it finally opens up, and you're able to finally do that ice skating thing, or to go out there and you're at the mall, whatever the case is. The buildings have finally opened up. Okay, period. Okay, recurring things. You guys finally have gotten into a flow, dropping recurring horoscopes, whatever the case is, doing writing. Maybe some of you guys are going to be more aligned with your writing, media, advertising, writing things in journal. You can actually express your thoughts and ideas now. It's going to start making sense. You learn courses, whatever the case is, knowledge, information. We love it. You guys are going to be starting to realize you're more in alignment, and you learned those lessons in that department. So now things are going to start going your way. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you kind of employ discipline in your life, then you can see the benefits of all those lessons that you probably had to go through. And some of y'all it could even be connected to business, because 3rd house is also linked to business and courage. So maybe y'all have developed the courage to finally go out there and to do the thing that you really wanted to do, start that business, do whatever the case is. And as you move into January in 2021, the focus is going to really switch into your 4th house of family, of your house, of your home, who you are in the private part of your life. So yeah, that's what you guys can expect. This is where the energy is for you currently, and these are the alignment. This is the alignment that you can now finally get to experience in your life, and you're going to start to notice things going better slowly but surely in that department of your life. If you like that video, give me a thumbs freaking up, and get excited for my crystal shop that's going to be dropping in October. Sign up for my mailing list down below. Subscribe to my Patreon. It's going to be freaking lit. What's up, my Sagittarius people? So for you guys guys, Saturn and Jupiter have been in your second house. So you guys have probably been learning a lot of lessons in regards to your sense of self-worth. How much do you think you deserve to be paid? Are you really treating yourself right in terms of like making the proper pricing, you know, charging correctly for your services? How much, like, where is your sense of self-worth at? You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys have probably been learning a lot of lessons in regards to your self-worth, in regards to your finances, your financial situation, because your self-worth is directly correlated to how much money you're actually able to make and how much money you're actually able to save in your bank account. Maybe some of y'all have been learning a lot of lessons around saving, how to make money, different avenues and ways to make money, different avenues of ways to be creative in your pursuit of money and to really reach a certain sense of financial discipline. Okay, financial discipline. Y'all probably, with Saturn being there in the second house, you've been learning some issues and some things about financial discipline. Maybe you've been going broke, especially with Jupiter, your ruler, being in retrograde. It's like, oh my God, you feel like you don't have any optimism. Things have not been manifesting as fast as they used to, especially with Jupiter being in Sagittarius last year, and now it's in Capricorn, and it's like, oh my God, like everything seems to be going so slow, and things have just not been going your way, or you have all these big dreams and they're not able to truly manifest themselves. But now with Jupiter and Saturn going direct, I'd be willing to bet that you're slowly but surely going to see things change in regards to your financial situation, in regards to your sense of self-worth and your self-esteem. You're able to like actually say with your whole chest, no, this is what I'm worth. This is what I'm going to charge. And you're not going to change your worth based off of other people's and their pockets. You're going to be like, you know what? No, I'm worth this, and I'm not going to, you know, change that. This is who I am. You guys are going to be more confident, more distinguished, and more in tune with your sense of self and your value system. The things that you value could have altered, you know, within the past year or so. You know, you could just see the world in different ways in terms of value, your physical possessions even, because second house is strongly tied to our physical possessions. And sometimes the second house is even associated with the food that we eat. So a lot of people, you know, maybe you start thinking about the food that you actually digest in your body, and you're like, you know what, do I want to be putting this in my diet anymore? Like, you know, I'm a Sag rising, so I've been learning a lot of lessons around money and self-worth. That's why I even decided to really go forward with my dreams of starting a business. And I'm starting my crystal shop, and like I said, in October it's going to be dropping, so sign up to get notified when that happens. But I stepped into my, you know, my sense of self-worth. Like, why don't I feel like I could start a business, or why don't I feel like I could charge correctly for my services, or why did I feel like I can let people walk all over me and stuff of that nature and tell me about myself instead of me knowing who I am? I had to really think of those lessons, and I've noticed slowly but surely things have slowly but surely starting to go my way again, and I'm starting to really have that optimistic approach to my finances. And I learned with this year, I've learned so much about saving money. Okay, you're dealing with a girl with Neptune in the second house too, so I had little issues with money, but I've learned so many lessons around saving money and really diversifying my streams of income and stuff of that nature, and the importance of that. So that could be something that you guys are also dealing with as well, learning more about money, your physical possessions, your bank account, getting your money mindset together, dealing with limited beliefs around money, like, oh, money is the root of all evil, and then wonder why you never actually make any money. Because if you think money is evil, you don't want nothing to do with it. You don't want nothing to do with it. So money ain't gonna come near you. But if you think money is a tool that you can use to change your life and the people's lives around you, then money is going to be like, you know what, I want to actually come into this girl's life, or I want to come into this guy's life. They seem pretty cool. And then you know how to stack your bread, and you know how to save your money as well. So that could be the blessing that's coming towards you after, you know, September and October, and even into November. You could finally see, like, dang, like things are going to be going right for you guys in terms of your financial situation. And as we move into January in 2021, you guys are going to see that switch happening in your third house of communication. A lot of you guys are going to be busy. You're going to be really busy next year, speaking, maybe getting involved with business, getting involved with your community. Okay, a lot of you guys are going to be in media, advertising, writing, journalism, stuff of that nature. A lot of you guys are going to really be in the mind of expressing yourself. And if you have any like insecurities about the way that you communicate, or issues with your siblings, and, you know, traveling and stuff of that nature, you guys are going to handle those issues next year, the year 2021. and so definitely get excited about that. But if you're excited in general, if you're ready for some blessings, if you're ready for things finally about to go your way, you are in alignment now. So definitely continue manifesting your dreams, especially if they are financial in nature. So yeah, like this video up if you are ready for them dreams and blessings to come true and to be manifested right here, right now, because they're already on the way, but we want to see them though in our bank account. And also subscribe to my mailing list so that you can be notified down below in the description box when I drop my crystal shop this October. So yes, support your girl, and I'll talk to y'all later. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. You guys have had Jupiter and Saturn obviously in your first house, because Jupiter has been in Capricorn, Saturn has been in Capricorn, Pluto has been in Capricorn. You guys have really been the star of the show this year. Your energy has been present and potent all throughout, you know, the entire world. You know, we've seen, you know, things shift in terms of power and authority and so societal structures and systems. We've seen the matrix crumbling down. Okay, we have things coming down, getting reorganized. That's all that Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter energy and Capricorn energy. You know, a lot of power things have been definitely changed around at this time. This means that the energy was stationed in your first house. Your first house of self, your first house of identity, your first house of your personality, your first house of your goals, who you really are, like your body, your physical body. That's what everything that the first house has to do with. So with Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto all in your first house this year, and also with it all being in retrograde for a while, you could have been really going through a lot of things when it came down to who you are and also your physical body. Like, I know that a lot of the times with Saturn transits people's first house, maybe they start, you know, either losing a lot of weight, or they constantly feel cold, or they don't feel like they're just like in tune with their body, and maybe it causes them to be more disciplined. Like, maybe you went into the gym more and you start getting focused on yourself. Maybe you guys have been starting learning lessons about how to be more focused when it comes to your goals and to your accomplishments in life. You guys have been employing structure and discipline into your lives. Y'all could have been going through some tough lessons in regards to your first house, your sense of identity. You could have had some identity crises. You don't know who you are, you didn't know who you wanted. But now, as this energy is going to transition, now it's going direct, you guys are going to start being in alignment with who you really are. You guys are going to start being in alignment with your goals, with your dreams, with your ambitions, with what you actually want to accomplish, the direction in life that you're going in the world and in this time, in this lifetime, because that's what the first house represents. It sets up our entire chart. So you guys are finally going to be like, you know what, this is where I want to go, this is who I want to be, this is what I want to do, this is my physical body, and I accept it and I love it and I'm secure in myself. And hopefully that's the lesson that you've learned with Saturn and Jupiter being in retrograde in your first house. It's really about having this deeper self-esteem and self-confidence and sense of self, you know, for this year. That's what 2020 has really been about for you guys. Really get in tune with who you are as an individual out into the world. And then as we move into next year, 2021, January, February, March, that's when you're going to start really seeing this switch. It's not going to necessarily be just about your sense of self and identity and who you are and your body. It's going to switch into this energy of your second house. So your money, your financial situation, your sense of self-worth, that is going to be on the table, and that's going to be the karmic lessons that you're going to probably learn when it comes to next year, okay, with Jupiter and Saturn going to be transiting your second house. It's about your money now. It's about your income. It's about getting that together, securing the bag, and learning lessons, and growing and expanding and becoming millionaires and billionaires and thousandaires when it comes to your financial situation. So if you're excited for that, definitely get in alignment by liking this video. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about that. How have you guys been feeling? Because I know there's been so much Capricorn energy. So how do you guys feel? Do you guys feel like 2020 has truly transformed you? Do you feel different? Do you feel more powerful, or have you been struggling? Tell me down below. And if you want to get notified as soon as my crystal shop drops, definitely just go down to the description box and sign up to get notified as soon as my crystal shop drops this October. It's going to be so lit. Okay, my Aquarius people, what's up, y'all? This is preparation zone. Saturn and Jupiter have been in your 12th house. The 12th house is the house of spirituality, of isolation, of hidden things, okay? Subconscious mind, our spirituality, contemplation, meditation, isolated significant events. You guys have been growing a lot this year spiritually. And, you know, when we have spiritual growth, that could sometimes be the hardest growth that we go through. Some of y'all could have really had some really tough and dark times this year. You guys could have felt like you had no hope. You guys could have felt like you were confused in life. You didn't know where you're going. You guys could have been feeling more isolated than usual. You guys could have been feeling blocked from your spirituality or unsure of your spirituality. Just confused in life in general. You guys could have been cut off from, like, you know, being able to travel to foreign countries and far distant places. Okay, there could have just been some issues in that department, or it could have just represented some effort. You put a lot of effort into your spirituality, a lot of effort into, you know, spending more time in your own space and allowing yourself to really find your zen, to find your sense of peace, diving into your subconscious mind, getting in tune with your meditation practices and stuff of that nature, and connecting with the unseen realms and diving into the hidden aspects of yourself. Perhaps there were some secrets hidden in your subconscious mind, some hidden enemies in your life were exposed, and now that you're here with Saturn and Jupiter going direct in your 12th house, you can reap the benefits of all the spiritual work and all the, you know, going down into the abyss work that you've been doing this whole year, you know, with all that retrograde energy in your 12th house. That's a very deep placement. You guys have been learning how to be aligned with the energies all around you and the collective consciousness. You guys have been very in tune. Maybe perhaps your mental health has been struggling a little bit, but now you'll notice as Saturn and Pluto go direct, slowly but surely, you're going to recognize the power in your subconscious, the power in your spiritual capabilities, the power in your spirituality, contemplation, meditation, the power in your traveling and spending time alone and really doing things behind the scenes. You realize that you don't got to tell everybody about your business, and you actually work in silence, and then you pop out with some crazy thing, and now you're able to really shine, especially as we go into January, when Saturn goes into your sign and Jupiter goes into your sign of Aquarius. This is going to be hitting your first house. So 2021 is really going to be a year where you pop out and you pop off, and you've been kind of like in the shadows for a while, but now it's time to be out there and it's time to go get it. It's time for a new beginning and a new cycle to actually start in your life next year of 2021. So if you're excited for that, thumbs up this video and continue to spend time in solitude sometimes, and to dive deep and to really discover who you are at the deepest level of your being and giving back to people, okay? Because 12th house is also about giving back to people and blessing others, you know, really being of service to other people and sacrificing on behalf of other people, that Jesus consciousness type stuff. You know, I always think that Jesus is like associated with that Piscean like energy, but 12th house energy is about kind of sacrificing on behalf of other people and giving towards others, and also it could be losses. So you guys could have been, you know, a little lost, but now you're really about to get into the energy of finding yourself and figuring out who you are. And then as 2021 come out, it's time to pop out. It's time to pop out and do your thing, okay? No more sleeping, okay? 12 hours of sleep, no more sleeping. It's time to be out here. So definitely, if you're excited about that, like this video. And also get excited about my crystal shop. Okay, you've been all up in your spirituality. Get your crystals, get your manifestation goodies on my crystal shop that's gonna be dropping online this October. Sign up to get notified when that happens. Subscribe to my Patreon. Get that get that exclusive content, and, you know, coupons to my stores and everything. It's come on, period. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Last but not least, my Pisces people who identify with Pisces energy, Pisces rising specifically, sun, moon. Okay, let's get it. Wow, so you guys have been having Saturn and Jupiter in your 11th house. The 11th house is a really interesting house because it deals a lot with our friendships. It deals a lot with the massives and like the collective consciousness, not the collective unconscious, but the collective consciousness. Groups of people, masses, okay, organization, humanitarian efforts, really rallying up, creating groups, and making the proper connections to really get ahead in life, okay? Our hopes, wishes, and our dreams, and what we expect the future to be, the internet and connectivity and all these beautiful things. So a pattern was pattern. Platter, with Saturn and Jupiter in your 11th house, you've been learning a lot of lessons in regards to your 11th house topics. Maybe you guys have been feeling more cut off from your friend groups. Maybe you feel like you haven't really fit in. You didn't really find your group of people, and you've been struggling to find your group of people. Or maybe you guys have been taking those friend groups more seriously. And sometimes the 11th house even has to do with our fan base and our social networks and social media. So maybe you guys have been struggling with your social media and being able to truly cultivate a fan base for yourself, and you feel like people ain't checking for your videos like they used to, or checking for your Instagram like they used to, and you're like, oh my god, what happened? Or maybe some of you guys haven't been really associated with your group. Maybe you feel left out from the group or different. You really haven't been able to find your people, or whatever the case is. It's your hopes versus your dreams. Maybe you felt like you really aren't in the position to manifest. Maybe you feel like manifestation has been working slow, it has not been working in the way that it used to, and it's been really frustrating. In general, things could have just been frustrating, and you just felt like things were not going your way. But now with Saturn and Jupiter finally going direct in September, you're going to be able to peep that after this period of time, slowly but surely, you're going to start being more alignment with your friendships. You're going to start finding the friend groups that belong to you. You're going to start feeling more connected to the masses, feeling more connected to groups of people and your fan bases and your communities and your social networks. People that you meet, they're like the right people at the right time, and they can plug you and connect you to some beautiful opportunities. And slowly but surely, you're going to be able to make your dreams come true. The things that you fantasize about, you're going to be able to actually make it happen, especially on behalf of your friendships that you make. You're going to feel supported finally for your efforts, okay, at this time, slowly but surely. And I think that as long as you employ some discipline, then you're definitely going to feel connected. And speaking of connectedness, as we move into January, you guys are going to feel this energy shift into your 12th house. So you guys, yeah, you were mad connected to people, and like I was saying before, there's a difference between the collective consciousness and the collective unconscious. The 12th house is more of the collective unconscious, where not only are you connected with groups of people and the masses and humanitarianism and getting riled up with physical groups of people, but now as you move into the 12th house, you're really going to tap into some very Piscean-like energy of really giving towards people in that unconscious way. You guys are going to be experiencing increased psychic ability next year. You guys are going to be diving into your spiritual qualities, your creative nature, your more isolated nature, not really necessarily being around people. And you guys could be feeling a little bit confused, but you're going to learn the lessons of surrender. And when you surrender, you're going to notice that the universe actually delivers the lessons that you're looking. When you surrender, you're going to notice that the universe actually gives you the things that you want, and you didn't even have to put that much effort into it. You just had to kind of go with the flow and deal with your karma and just kind of go in that spiritual space and learn so much about yourself and really have a spiritual awakening. Spiritual awakening vibes definitely for 2021 for you guys. It's going to be a very spiritual year, and a year where you're going to learn a lot about yourself to the deepest core, and it could be a little spacey, a little sleepy, a little connected to the unseen and connected to the higher dimensions and beings and lower dimensions and all that stuff. You guys are really going to get into it next year, so get excited for that. And if you're excited for everything that's going to come out in October, including Mystic Mommy, my online crystal shop, please subscribe to that mailing list down below. We're going to let you know as soon as it drops so you can be notified. And also subscribe to my Patreon to get exclusive content. And yeah, how you guys feeling right now? How's it going? Are you excited about life? Are you excited about your 11th house? How have your friendships been and groups of people been? Explain that to me, because I want to see where have y'all been? How has this transit affected you? So yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Au revoir.